Alright, nine spiral. Let's cook. And we're talking about the Drakhan, the Malakim, the angel of destruction. This is the link I was talking about. But what we're going to touch on is the link between Drakhans and chemicals, right? So allow me to illustrate the significance of this critical analysis. Now we're in Deuteronomy 20, right? In Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 20, the aid the Most High promised to give the Israelites in order to conquer the giant Canaanites is often translated as a hornet, which some people interpret metaphorically to mean fear, dread, or panic. Now, I'm going to prove this but the author here is going to somewhat denote it, but I'm going to prove that. But nonetheless, we're on the same page. The only problem is that the Hebrew word translated as hornet, these group of Hebrew letters, which are modern, and you're gonna hear me refer to them like that because I'm not too familiar with the Yiddish, which is modern Hebrew. Of course, at Drop Nation, we dig on the oldest form, which is Paleo Hebrew. Does not have any connection to the insect family, so the derived meaning of terror from it is questionable, but we're going to prove that, giving the puzzling translation of hornet in Deuteronomy 20, chapter 7, verse 20, perhaps is uncertain. It's uncertain etymology points to an involved letter form where the letter, this letter right here, right? This recent Masoretic letter right here that's been altered has replaced an older form with the letter, this letter right here. Changes between the two letters can be seen elsewhere in Hebrew language. For example, Benner argues that these group of letters, meaning yellow, has no connection to its parent root. This group of letters, meaning wall, you see? All they did was switch letters and languages and shit. That's all. It's a word game. But rather is an involved form from these group of letters, meaning gold, you see? And you can see this when you dig on the Paleo Hebrew, especially when you're going into Strong's Concordance, right? You will have one word that may contain several different meanings. And this is derived from the Paleo Picto, right? It was groupings. And so you see how easy it is to switch these letters and change shit, as prophesied in Daniel, right? We're just surfing the wave. But first, let's consider the unfit nature of the rendering of hornet for the evolved form of these group of letters. The Hebrew meaning of these group of letters is a skin disease or leprosy, and the translation of hornet from this seems a stretch. What kind of infection does the Most High Yahweh send? In the record, we have the conquest of Canaan. It seems these group of letters, the Hebrew word for bee or wasp, would be sufficient to communicate the idea of a hornet. If that were the intended meaning in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 20, also other Hebrew words sharing the root word, the root of these group of letters, relate naturally to a wasp, such as these group of letters meaning honey. Yet no words connected to these group of letters seem to relate to a hornet. Do the related words of these group of words with the root of these group of words give us any clues as to what hornet might mean in the context of the conquest, right? We're talking about the conquest of Joshua. Consider that these group of letters mean what? Burn or scorch. These group of letters is a balsam or whatever, to place a burn, right? And we're going to prove that. Also, these group of letters communicate the ideas of smelt, refined test. All these words seem to be related to what? Heat. Heat. So anybody want this link, man, y'all just let me know. It's a great link. So we're digging on hornet, huh? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 20. Moreover, the Most High, your power. Let's start over. Moreover, the Most High, your power, will send the hornet to do what? Cause destruction. To place a burn. We just got that. To scorch. To apply heat, right? Moreover, the Most High, your power, Hawa, right? The most ancient name in Paleo-Hebrew of the Creator, your mother and father above, will send the hornet among them until those who are left, my lighting bad, y'all, give me a minute, who hide themselves from you are destroyed. Now, verse 21 is very important, right? Because we're going to prove that fear, dread, or panic is associated with hornet, right? Verse 21, you should not be terrified of them. Now, why would the Most High say that? You see? You should not be terrified of them, for the Most High, your power, the great and awesome Hawa, is what? Among you. So when you see these so-called hornets, that means what? The Most High is present. Now, let's focus on this letter right here. Right? This is the one that they changed. Has replaced an older form with the letter. Let's find out about this one right here. Let's go. Let's rock, man. All right, let's rock. And this is the this is the source of your alphabet. The Aleph bit is what it is. And so we're digging on number 7, right? Zion. or Zan, Zen, rest. So Zion, right, is the component of your mother above, the Ha, which is the breath. It's an intake, right? And your father, which is the Wa, not a Vav, the Wa. What they did right here was split the W. You see the W, the two V's, and they stuck A's in the middle. But on both sides, it was a W and a W, not a V or a V, so that is the Wa. So your mother and your father above together is a signature. The signature is Zion or Zan. Okay, the Paleo-Picto-Hebrew, right? This is the oldest form. It is a pictograph. The 5 principles, right, of Paleo-Hebrew, we call it. Word to high remark. El, Aleph, right? All I'm saying, alphabet. But the correct terminology is Aleph Bet. Aleph Bet. El. Aleph. Aleph. Strong power. Leader. Bet. Tent. Floor plan. This is your ancient love story. Gom. Foot. Gather. Walk. This is what's happening right now. We're gathering. We about to walk up out this motherfucker. Door. Move. Hang. Entrance. This is you going into the wilderness. Trust and believe that. Where the Most High is going to plead his cause with you face to face, just as he pleaded his cause with your fathers coming out of the wilderness of Mizraim. There was nothing new under the sun. The Most High doesn't change. Men change. You got your Ha. The sound is Ha. They trip us up right here, right? They try to. Ha. Woman with arms raised, not man. Mama greets you, right? Ha. My children. Your mother is greeting you. Woman with arm raised. Look, reveal, revelation, breath. The Wa, the Ha is the feminine, the Wa is the masculine. Wa. Tent peg. Addition, security, hook, connection. We ask, what are you connected to? Who are you according to scripture? Because nothing predates Paleo-Hebrew. Your mother and father together create the Zan, your food. You're cut off. It's time to rest. The nonsense is over with. Your salvation is here. Nourishment, rest, food. We're talking about drinking from the fountains of living water right here. Zon is the signature, right? Adam and Eve. All right. I had to bring in Drop, right? And we'll touch on this document, man, sometime in the future. But we're pulling from the Nag Hammadi, and we're digging on Sylvanus Texas, aka Solomon the Builder, here in North America, the land of Kalalus, Arizona, present day Arizona, huh? We're talking Kingdom of Prester John, right? You see, you just can't pull from scripture, man. That's not how the Most High designed this thing. You got to go outside of scripture. And those are the things that they're hiding. Again, their history, the history that you grew up learning in school, their Rockefeller schools, right? And it's the shit that killed me about Hassan Camel, right? Talking about 100,000 put up for a school. Nigga, you don't own that market. Rockefeller and them own that market. The government and them. You got to deal with them. If you want to teach your own people, you got to go through them, nigga. So, you know, we gonna continue to dig. I just had to throw that shit in there, man. But this freaked me the fuck out. Shit, homeschooling. Fuck that shit. But what I was saying, I got sidetracked. That crazy ass motherfucker. Yeah. So their history that we learned in school go back no further than 200 years, and some people, some real historians, don't even give it that. They give it 150. All right, so when we speak of things happening in scripture, when we read scripture, we're talking fairly recently. Okay, so-called Negro, this is what we're preaching in Drop Nation. Your takedown was very recent, and all you have to do is check the Indian Wars. Now we're gonna dig on the Nag Hammadi. I'm bringing in Drop. Let's go.
It is talking about, or excuse me, what is Solomon the Builder talking about? Sylvanus told Texas. From what substance you are, or from what race, what tribe. Remember, this is a translation, right? Or from what species, man. Nigga, you from a whole nother species, man. Understand that you have come into being from 3 races. Listen up. From the earth, from the formed, and from the created. The body has come into being from the earth with an earthly substance. So Venus is breaking it down. Let's get it. The body has come into being from the earth with an earthly substance, but the formed, for the sake of the soul, has come into being from the thought of the divine. Thought. The created, however, is the mind, which has come into being in conformity with the image of Hawa. The divine mind has substance from...
Alright, y'all give me a minute, boys. Thundering and lightning in Georgia's throwing down. Drakhans in the ether. We gonna get on the Drakhans. This is what the whole drop is about, right? I'm trying to tie into... I want to be able to give people a broader sense of where we're coming from, right? And so you see that word highlighted, right? The image. What is the image? The signature. Adam and Eve. Right? So you see what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? You see what happened with the flood, the manipulating DNA and shit. Same shit going on today, right? The LGBT movement or whatever. I have nothing against it. But it's the pushing it on the children, the brainwashing it into the minds of our children. That's the problem. If you don't give them a damn choice, give them a choice. We that believe in the Torah, it ain't no damn choice. But that's where we at. So we are the signature, right? Know yourself, what race, species you're from. When we say Nagas, we different, right? The first ones here, we're different. We are Adam, we are Adama. From the earth, from an earthly substance. So we're different. So-called Negro, you're different from everybody else.
The divine, but the soul is that which he, Hawa, formed for their own hearts.
Their own hearts.
So the divine mind has substance, energy, frequency, vibration from Hawa. We're not just talking about your brain, we're talking about your mind, the energy within. And then you have the energy within, you know what I'm saying, your soul, which is the feminine. But let's go get it. Let's go get it. But the soul is that which Hawa formed for their own hearts. How do we know we're not? How do we know we're talking about your framer and your shaper? What is Sylvanus Solomon the Builder talking about? Their hearts. The divine mind has substance from the divine, but the soul is that which Hawa, God, they say, Hawa, formed for their own hearts. Multiple hearts, huh? For I think that the soul exists. Listen up, it's gonna tell you everything you need to know right here. Let's get it. For I think that the soul, right, Mama, Ruach, exists as wife of that which has come into being in conformity with the image. The created, however, is the mind which has come into conformity with the image.
The created, you are the created, the mind, that which they create together. The conscious is attached to the Ruach, the soul, not the brain. That's matter. That's the earthly form. We're talking the spiritual form from Mama, the frame of the shaper, right? Your mother frames, shapes you, her ingredients. Your father molds you, brings you up as a man, and vice versa, interchangeable.
Of Hawa. For I think that the soul exists as a wife. Your Ruach, your soul exists as a wife of that which has come into conformity with the image, the mind. Your thought process, your thought is sound, which is the word, right? Thought, sound. Those that can read minds can hear thoughts, can hear the sound. But the soul exists as a wife in conformity with the image, but matter is the substance of the body which has come into being from the earth.
Body bag, Daniel. Huh? He who breathes life, Nashima, to form, to mold. Shakina, Nashima. What? It's a vibration, I promise you. When I'm taking my salt baths at night, I practice that intake and that release. It's an instant stress reliever. I promise you, it's power in the name. When a baby is born, what are the first words? And shout out to Kun Drop for this one. And the doctor, he or she comes out, the doctor smacks it on his ass, right? And starts to cry, but it's a process it goes through, right? What is it? You got the smack, right? Pop. Huh? Let go. Fair use, let's pop off. This is one of the sources we pulled from at Drop Nation. 1828 Northwestern Dictionary, because this information was already here before they wrote up on it, right? We're digging on dragon. Fiery shooting meteor. We walking the doggy now. I'm trying to go kind of quick. Some of y'all are familiar with this already. A fierce, violent person, male or female. As this man or woman is a dragon, you are the last dragon. You possess the power of the glow. Huh? Prester, right? Same book. To kindle or inflame. Wa, ka, da. To burn. A meteor thrown from the cloud with such violence that by collision it is set on fire. So they're interchangeable, right? And we're going to get into the different forms, right? Because they can turn on, turn off. They can materialize and dematerialize. They can vanish and reappear. And we're going to dig on Sakurajima, which indeed is a dragon cavern. We don't know a lot about it. It seems everything around that area is there for a reason. So when you see these boats on the water, they're there for a reason. And we're going to watch the interactions with these Malakim, right? And we're going to observe them again and see how they move and work. And then we're going to get to see them destroy shit. So yes, we're bringing up some Drakhan footages about the chemical plants. And we're going to show the correlation. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. We digging on chemical warfare, right? Involves using toxic properties of chemical substances as weapons. This type of warfare is distinct from nuclear warfare, biological warfare, radiological warfare, right? Conventional weapons. None of these fall under terms of unconventional weapons, huh? So when we speak nanotech, right? Unconventional weapon. As well as what? Chemical substances. Now let's not be fools and sit up here and wonder why these Malakim, angels of destruction, are taking out these chemical plants. It is for your goddamn benefit. Show them some goddamn respect. right, we're digging on Gog and Magog because we get through our research, especially digging on the sources of Prester John, right? His letters and his sources, right? Talks a little bit about Gog and Magog. Also, Sir John Mandeville talks a little bit about Gog and Magog. But we want to focus on the position of where Gog and Magog is, right? So pretty much they want to say that this is Gog and Magog right here, right? But we're gonna just say the land of Japheth or Japheth or Chem or Ham. So this is y'all's isles over here. These isles over here, right? The isles of the Gentiles, right? And see, they got the invasion going over here in fake Israel, right? But we know Israel is in America, right? Along with Jerusalem. Goddamn Mount Zion right there in Utah with a Mount Nebo and a Mount Pisgah with a plain of Moab that sit right in between them, just like Moshe said in Deuteronomy 32. So we're not going to sit here and play that game. Nobody can hang with us at Drop Nation. And so the invasion is going the opposite way. Over to Shem's lot, right? North and South America. And the islands about it. Alright, we're at Sakurajima, and indeed this is a dragon cavern. What I intend to do is get you familiar with the speed and agility of them and the characteristics, right? And so we're just going to observe. The speed is magnificent. Now this is pretty significant footages because as I was poring over it, as you see him get closer to the base of this volcano, right, this so-called volcano, you'll start to see him even go as low as maybe the water levels, right? Now we know that this volcano sits kind of back off, and you know, it's a lot of strange shit going on with this so-called volcano. They might be harnessing energy from it, I don't know, but there's some strange shit going on. Just check the page on Sakurajima, right? And so, but what I notice is that they seem to go in and out from the base, not just flying down in like that. They seem to go in and out. Some you'll see they'll hit here, disappear, and you'll see them come out on the backside real quick, right? So we're just gonna observe. I'm gonna get my logo out the way. We're gonna back that thing up, right? Back that ass. This nigga talking about some vax that. Man, y'all motherfuckers disgust me sometimes. So just peep the flight patterns. Again, you can always rewind this. I don't want to make this video too long. I see it's gonna be that. Just kind of pay attention to the base down here. See that? Alright, if you pay attention in this area, you see him just zipping by. And you're going to catch one big one. He's going to stop in mid-air and go whoop, whoop, whoop. There you. And y'all can slow him down, you know what I'm saying? I just want to get you familiar with the characteristics of him. Alright. Also the size. If you can just pay attention to the size compared to these little small boats down here. And now if you saw that one right there, they kind of leave like trains and stuff. And so if you watch this one, he's gonna come here. And so this is the, in my mind, the manipulation of the ether. They go in and out, and this is what we call a drop nation having the keys to the kingdom, being able to bend air and manipulate it. All right, this one is a significant piece of footage right here because you're going to see somewhat of a light source. You see that? Yeah, no, I ain't waiting that long. I'm gonna see if I can catch it. I gotta do it like that because they're fairly quick. I don't really feel like slowing it down. Shit. He coming in hot somewhere around here. He coming in hot from the left. That motherfucker like he had a jetpack on him. And see, I got him paused right. And he's pretty much nowhere to be found. That's probably because he was gone already. Man, hold on, guy. Don't give me no problems, man. Let me get you now. Let me get you, son. Let me get you. Let me see that, man. Damn, he gone that fast? Motherfucker. Slow down, Malakim. Slow down. Alright, man, fuck it. I gotta get him. I want to show you what I'm talking about, though. I said I wasn't gonna spend this long. Damn, this video gonna be hell to download. Alright, come on, where you coming from? Nah, hell nah, partner, where you at? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. And now you see, that was the only way I can catch him, right? So you see that? So it's like almost like they got a switch they can turn on and off. You know, when we see these Gokus and these Dragon Ball Zs and shit, this is where they get this shit from. These are Malakim, especially these kind. These order of angels right here are angels of destruction. When they're dispatched, whether they're coming from the sky or from here, same shit, because we got meteors coming out of this same fucking volcano. And I'm talking about in light form. Look at it, man. You see the disappearing X? There you go. And so I'm just showing you this, get a sense of how they're able to swoop in, swoop out, spit fire, you know, do their thing. Now, keep in mind the Most High X is my arm shortened at all, that I cannot reach out and touch a motherfucker. This is his arm right here, y'all. Wow. All right.